So I will talk about this as calmly as possible because it really frustrates me. So as some of you know, Gina Carano, who played, I forget, Cara Dune or whatever her name is on The Mandalorian, cool character, what have you. She got fired by Disney. And there was the tweet she put out. She's been kind of on people's list for a while. You can look it up. There were some things that she said that were supposedly transphobic, which I didn't think they were transphobic. There were things that she said that were anti-masking, and there were things she said that were about elections and needing voter ID. And then she had this other tweet, which was, I'll show it to you in a second, dealt with the Holocaust and things like that. So let me just be clear. I think the vast majority of her ideas are dumb. They're unfounded. They're ignorant. I don't agree with her. Okay, I'm not defending her argument. This goes to the heart of it. This is my Twitter. I post this Twitter that says, I really don't like Ben Shapiro at all. I don't. But this was a good interview. My mind is where it was when the whole thing started. Disney has a right to fire whoever they want, but this was just wrong. Fuck Twitter mobs. So tired of their self-righteous hate. Very clearly in there, because I even put it in all caps. Disney has a right to fire her for whatever reason. Even if she said, I like Walt Disney movies, fuck you. They can fire her for whatever they want. They have to pay her in some certain parts for contract if they fire her without a reason, but it's irrelevant. But I make it clear, yeah, fire her. It's your right to do that. And then, of course, people come right in and they just don't get what I'm saying. When someone who violated her contract and ignored explicit warnings getting fired wrong, since when are employees of major corporations can be publicly disparage their employee and expect to continue to be employed? Nobody said that they didn't have a right to fire her. I don't think they should have fired her, but nobody's arguing. This is the worst take. She's been openly transphobic for months. She's a disgrace. Disney's problem is they took so long to boot her. Well, everybody who watches this channel and this tweet and whatnot knows that I am a very big advocate, ally, supporter of everybody, but certainly LGBT folks, for a variety of reasons. The most important one is they're human like everyone else, and everybody deserves equality and fair treatment. And then I also have a lot of understandably personal connections to that community, and there are people who I love very much who are in that community. And of course, if somebody is transphobic, again, they have a right to be transphobic. You know, it's not illegal to have a shitty opinion. It's illegal to have a shitty opinion and then do something against the law, but that's got nothing to do with the opinion. That has to do with you breaking the law. But regardless, though, her being transphobic, I mean, all I can tell you is if that's what you saw, then we just have to disagree. She's not J.K. Rowling. She doesn't deny trans people the fact that they are women or men based on how they feel and how they know themselves to be, regardless of the gender they were born as. I've never seen her deny that. All she was doing is saying, don't fucking tell me I have to do this or that with my fucking Twitter bio. That's all she said. And look, I have he, him in my Twitter bio. I have it because I know for me personally, it is the kind and right and normalizing thing to do for folks who are all up and down the spectrum of not just the trans community, but, you know, non-binary and all. It's just, let's just normalize the fact that it's probably better manners and polite to ask or to not assume. I'm down with that. She's not. That doesn't make her a transphobe. She's basically saying, I don't want to do that. Okay. So what's the problem? She has to do that? She has to basically follow your little fucking rules that, they're not a law. If you really feel strongly about it, go fucking hire a lawyer, write some legislation, get it passed, and then it'll be a law. It will never pass. But it shouldn't pass. People have a right to feel the way they do. People have a right to express themselves the way they do. I don't like it. And don't come at me with this bullshit about, yes, but there are consequences and these are those consequences. No, look, there are consequences, of course, especially ones like if you incite violence, right? If you're a fucking moron like Donald Trump and you incite violence, there should be consequences. Who knows if there will be, but there should be. But in this case, not only is she allowed to be whatever she is. In this case, I think she's just simply ignorant. I don't think she's transphobic. She's certainly not anti-Semitic. She is. None of that's reflective of these tweets. She's ignorant. right? She admits herself she's only just voted for the first time. She's figuring it out. She's got some bad takes. Big fucking deal. Join the club. But this rush to, and it's really about your own personal insecurities, this rush to try to make people fall in line with your view, it's just you really basically going, you have no power in your life. You have no sense of agency in your own life. I don't know what your background is. I don't know if you just feel like you're beaten down by the man or whatever. And this on Twitter is the one place that you feel you can plant a flag and say, you know, this is how I feel. I don't know what it is, but it's like, I'm about as progressive as you can get when it comes to letting people, not even letting, like they don't even need to be let, just leaving people alone. And everybody deserves, they don't just deserve equality, they deserve respect as human beings on the planet. But that includes respecting the fact that, like, there are going to be people who don't agree with you, who think you're a moron. There are going to be people who are transphobic. There are going to be people who are anti-Semitic. I got no problem with anti-Semitic people. I have a problem with those anti-Semitic people actually do something to reflect their stupid, ignorant views. That's what America's supposed to be. But a lot of these people, man, got to be better than this take, Dave, says Matthew Burke. Lieutenant, I get it. That's good. As opposed to, he says, comparing your political opponent to being a Jew during the Holocaust. That's not really kind of what happened. All you have to do is parse the goddamn thing. Here's what she said. She was talking about, I'm not going to read you the thing. You can read it. But people are saying that she's minimizing the Holocaust. She's comparing Republicans to the Jews who were killed in the Holocaust and concentration camps. No, she's not. It's a dumb take. And maybe she ignorantly and she even apologized for this. She ignorantly and disrespectfully is taking something like genocide and making a comparison to the way, she's not even really comparing the genocide. If you read it, she's saying the tactics that were used to dehumanize the Jews in order to allow the public of Germany to be okay with Jews being round up and murdered, those same propaganda tactics she's comparing to the sort of othering and dehumanizing tactics that are being used on Republicans. Is that true? I don't think so. I certainly don't think so, but God forbid she have the opinion. She didn't sit there and say, I don't like trans people. She didn't say, I don't like Jews. She didn't say that if you wear a mask, you're a fucking moron. Even if she said all those things. The fact that you're not okay with somebody in a supposedly free country like America having an opinion that you don't like, or that you think, like I think, a lot of this is flat out wrong. A lot of this is just dumb. She doesn't know anything. She's not smart enough to opine this without anything, but she's allowed. There's no test that says once you pass this test, you get to express yourself. That's one of the beautiful things about America. But from some of y'all, it seems like y'all just want to tell people what they can say, what they can't say. I don't know how you can really defend that position and still call yourself a lover of freedom. You can hate the Nazis. I hate them. You can hate transphobes. I fucking hate them. You can hate the KKK. You can hate all these piece of shit organizations. Fuck them all. The KKK and the transphobes and the anti-LGBT people and the anti-Semitic people and the anti-Muslim people, the anti-women people, they should all just jump in the sea and drown. I don't like any of them. But they have a right to be here, and they have a right to their fucking opinion, and they have a right to express it. And I don't know what the fuck has happened to a lot of these people who used to call themselves progressives and liberals, but y'all lost the narrative. Y'all just lost it good and goddamn well, because this is not progressive. This is not liberal. This is you shutting down people that you don't like, and y'all should be goddamn ashamed of yourselves. That's all I got to say. Back to video games, I promise.